Being professional in one sport is insane, let alone trying to play two sports. And in this video, I'm going to explain how it is so difficult and why athletes do not play two professional sports and why it's virtually impossible to do so. I'm breaking it down in the most realistic answer, and the most realistic answer is the time. We're talking about different season schedules, right? We're talking about overlapping seasons, making it logistically impossible for an athlete to fully commit to both sports. An athlete can't play a full season in one sport, finish, have time off to recover, and then play another one. They would literally have to play every single day or practice every single day for years, and athletes just aren't doing this. Who the fuck would want to? Well, yes, in the NBA you do travel for away games, but you also stay there for 2 or 3 days because you're playing away. We're not going back and forth every single other day to play a different game, a different sport. This literally runs into burnout. Like, athletes just would fry their brains in a year or two.
Forget what day of the week it is. I forget where I am all the time.
That's the most realistic answer, but going into it a little bit more, we're talking about the contractual and the team loyalty issues. These contracts that these professionals sign, they're not just like, all right, you can do whatever, recover, whenever you're not playing the sport, you're good to do whatever. No. These contracts literally make it impossible for an athlete to participate in another sport. And yes, you can point back to the Bo Jacksons or Deon Sanders, but I'm going to cut it to you. Deon, whenever his team was out of playoff contention, he went right to football getting ready. So let's not act like these athletes were playing full time in both sports, right? They were picking and choosing when they were playing, and yes, hats off to them for doing that, but we're even looking at someone like Michael Jordan that literally left the NBA to then play in the MLB, and he still couldn't do it. Like, that is insane, and it's insane to think about the GOAT of one sport could just be a bench rider in another. While I still think that LeBron or Gronkowski or those type of athletes could make it in another sport, and when you want to look at it and dive deeper into like the injury risk, like I said earlier, which you thought I was going to say, yeah, it makes no fucking sense. Athletes that are already injury prone, why would I want to expedite that process by playing another sport? But transitioning to that second sport, I mean, look, if you're in high school and you're playing sports, you have a less than 1% chance to go pro. Think of that. Less than 1% of high schoolers play professional sports, let alone an athlete already playing, going to another sport. We've seen it countless times where you have like the Tim Tebows that end up playing in the Mets AAA. There's no benefit, to be honest, playing two sports. Yes, you could be considered the GOAT or whatever, but look at Bo Jackson. We're talking about a great player in both sports, and he got injured, and that's what stopped him in his NFL journey. Well, yes, you have Deon, but like I said earlier, he left when his team wasn't in contention in the MLB to play in the NFL. If you guys made it this far, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and comment what you guys think. Do you think the reason why athletes can't play two sports is because they don't want to, or because they physically can't do it? I think it's a little bit of both, and I think it's honestly more out of their hands than what's in their hands. But as always, it's been Studs.